Okay, Norbert, let me tell you a bedtime story about Norbert Barkah and the tug-of-war lesson, okay? Once upon a time, in a sunny little town, there lived a big, friendly dog named Norbert Barkah. Norbert, he had a shiny coat that glistened in the sunlight and a wagging tail that could make anyone smile. Every summer, Norbert looked forward to going to camp, where he could play fetch and chase butterflies and make new friends. But what Norbert loved most was the ride to camp in the car with his favorite person, Mama Sue. She always had the best pep talks that made him feel brave and happy. One sunny morning, as they drove down the winding road, the warm breeze blew through the windows and Norbert's ears flopped in the wind. "Norbert," Mama Sue began, her voice gentle and encouraging, "remember to be a good boy today. If anyone tries to bully you, just walk away. Fighting doesn't help and arguing gets you nowhere." Norbert nodded, his big brown eyes looking up at her with trust. He loved listening to Mama Sue's wise words. She continued, "You know, when two dogs argue, it's like a game of tug-of-war. Both of you want to be right, so you keep pulling on the rope. But the harder you pull, the more tangled you both become." Norbert tilted his head, trying to understand. "What if I let go of the rope?" he asked with a curious bark. Mama Sue smiled and said, "Exactly. If you don't pull, they can't pull either. They'll be left standing with the rope all alone. Sometimes it's their lesson to learn, not yours." Norbert thought about what Mama Sue said as they drove past fields of flowers and tall trees. He imagined the day ahead at camp. What if someone tried to bully him? He could picture himself in a tug-of-war pulling hard, but now he knew he didn't have to. He could let go and walk away. When they arrived at camp, Norbert jumped out of the car. His tail wagging furiously, he raced towards his friends, barking happily. They played games, splashed in the water, and shared snacks under the big oak tree. But then he noticed a little dog named Benny, who looked sad. Some bigger dogs were teasing him, pulling at his tail and barking loudly. Norbert felt a tug in his heart. He remembered Mama Sue's words. Instead of jumping into the tug-of-war, he kindly approached Benny. "Let's go play over there," he said, with a friendly wag. Benny looked up, surprised but grateful. Together they walked away from the teasing and found a sunny spot to play fetch. They tossed the ball back and forth, laughing and barking joyfully. The teasing dogs watched, confused. They pulled on their rope of argument, but Norbert had let go. As the day went on, the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the camp. Norbert felt proud of himself. He had learned that sometimes the best way to deal with a problem is not to get caught up in it. Instead, he chose friendship, laughter, and fun. When Mama Sue returned to pick him up, Norbert jumped into the car, his tail wagging so fast it was like a helicopter rotor. "Mama Sue," he barked excitedly. "I did it. I let go of the rope." Mama Sue beamed, her eyes sparkling with pride. "I knew you could, Norbert. You are such a good, good boy." As they drove home, Norbert snuggled against Mama Sue, feeling happy and content. He knew that no matter what happened at camp, he had the power to choose kindness over conflict. And with that thought, he closed his eyes, dreaming of more adventures, knowing that tomorrow would bring new lessons and laughter. And so the big friendly dog, Norbert Barkah, drifted off to sleep ready for whatever tomorrow might bring, with Mama Sue's wise words always in his heart. The end.